All right, peace, family. I've seen this article. I don't know. It's something that's been trending the last couple of days, and I'm just bugged out. And like between that and my work, and trying to fix up this place, and and so forth, and looking for the things like getting some family time in uh, here in about another week. It's not a lot of news or whatever that's really, caught my attention where I really can talk about something that we can learn from or be mindful of or just be more condensed until I seen this case right here. First of all, I like to say how you doing today. Today's Sabbath day. Today's the 11th of February. Hope you guys are doing well. Okay, please be safe during Super Bowl weekend. All right. And remember, while this is all going on, keep a very close eye on current events. Okay? Now, back to the story. I did hear about Micheal Irvin being pulled from the Super Bowl all of a sudden. This just happened abrupt. And I was thinking, okay, well, I'm thinking maybe there's some changes in the lineup. All right? You have a lot of great players, okay, retired players that couldn't commentate on the Super Bowl. Mark Strahan with who's the guy? Jerry, the guy coach for the Jimmy Johnson, um, Howie Long, a lot of those. Max Strahan, one of my favorite characters. That commentate in the Super Bowl. Terry Bradshaw and Micheal Irvin is one of them. Definitely Troy Aikman. All right. The two Surfer Boys for Dallas Cowboys. But Micheal Irvin, come to find out after looking at a couple of articles, maybe like two, but I just saw one from JD Black. It really bugged me out. So the Super Bowl is going to be in Arizona, okay? And just so y'all know, the Super Bowl is going to be here next year in Las Vegas, where I reside. All right? I'm probably going to be out of town unless the Commanders are going to go. Used to be the Redskins back in the day. But anyway, something about a woman and the guys, Irvin and a few guys, went out to, I don't know, he went somewhere, I don't know, to a social event, and I don't know, they may have had some drinks and chopped it up with people that they knew, and something about, there was a tape where I guess he ran into a lady. They spoke for not even a minute, 30 seconds to a minute, and they shook hands and then they left, okay? But the tape hasn't been out, and there's reports of all that he was in a certain room and then he got moved to another room and so forth, and she had made a complaint, okay? But she had made the complaint prior to that he did something inappropriate to her, and all right, and then they had to move rooms. The next thing you know, that they pulled her, Micheal Irvin, off of the Super Bowl coverage, okay? There wasn't any due process, okay? They did not say why, according to what Micheal Irvin says on the interview. They did not tell him why. When I say they, the sports network, NFL Sports Network, I think he does some work on ESPN too, on why, again, what he did or why he was being pulled. Okay, the woman had just made a complaint, okay, and the man was just pulled, which I think is unfair. Okay, uh, that he thought that there wasn't, anything wrong with it for speaking to a woman. But I think it's this, y'all, okay? And I hate to say it, but if you look like me, you behind enemy lines. Now, let me say that Micheal Irvin had an illustrious NFL career, won 3 Super Bowls, played for, I think, 13 years. And he's been on the network doing football since 2009, okay? I think that I made some videos about TJ Holmes and also Tiffany Cross. And what I think that they're looking at doing, these networks are looking at cutting pay, all right? It's so many qualified people and so many celebrities and all that, that this business is starting to wicked. Okay, so you really have to be in bed, in bed with somebody, or pretty much a high-ranking Mason or something like that. Okay, they'll play the game that they want you to play to be on top, and if you're not, you're going to get shaved off. That's just how it goes. All right, everybody can't make the transition, and I think that on top of that, okay, they were looking at that. Cutting players, they're looking at, I believe there's some people that did not like Micheal Irvin. Micheal Irvin is about 55, 56, looks pretty good for his age, very distinguished. You know, I seen a picture of him giving people high fives and all that. He looked like he could still be playing, okay, even at his age. Micheal Irvin, I think that, they say, well, they do say that what you, in Matthew 10:12, that what you say and do can be held against you. Now, there have been several allegations, actually well documented, okay, that Micheal Irvin in his past had problems with women, maybe problems with drugs and alcohol and so forth. All right. And that's not what I want to get into, but it seems like these things, if you're not very careful, these, if you're not careful, you can develop a pattern. Okay. And your past could be used against you. Like if your employer, or let's say law enforcement, or if you're under probation, they could say, well, enough is enough. And they could take everything that you had from the past and what you've done for recent, and they'll add it all up. Okay. Even if you didn't do it. Okay. With the allegations or whatever, with allegations, they probably say, all right, this guy's got to go because, or girl or whatever, but guy has got to go because this guy could be a character risk. And I think if you get to a point to where you're that high and you become a character risk, even if you didn't do it, okay, then they're going to deal with you. They're going to get you up out of there. And again, I just do think that's very unfortunate. Well, I think it's the thing that they may be doing them a favor, because with this Super Bowl coverage is the largest sporting event in the world, with these type of allegations, without for it to be out in the media like this, and with him being the interviewing, then all the spotlight will be on him. So it's probably one of the things that they did it for, the best interest or whatever, when the focus should be on sports anyway, on the Super Bowl anyway. And half of it's rigged anyway, all right? So they're thinking either Kansas City going to win by 1.5 points, or they probably going to blow out the doggone Eagles. One of the two, okay? And you know what I mean by blow out. Probably somebody got paid off, all right? But nevertheless, I just think that it's unfair, but he's behind enemy lines. So I just think that, and the bad thing about it is, it wasn't even during work time. They went out, okay? And I'm just thinking that woman that he was talking to was somebody, because I'm thinking anytime that okay, well, let's say like this, there's more appropriate ways to handle things. Why didn't she just walk away if she done something inappropriate, or maybe contact maybe law enforcement or people at the hotel staff? And so that means that they reported to the NFL. I'm just thinking anytime that she reported that to the NFL and they made a staunch approach at that, okay, to deal with that immediately, okay, that this was something that was under some type of orchestration, all right, that somebody wanted to see him go. And I think there was somebody that didn't like him, okay? So, and again, Micheal Irvin, he's got it, I think he's a ladies' man. I'm just thinking 45 seconds, not even enough time to even do that, make an appropriate move, because I think you need to think about what you want to do before you even do it. You need at least 5 minutes, and that's just from my experience. I'm just saying, though, to generate a conversation long enough to get a phone number or something. Now, I'm not saying that I did it, y'all, or doing anything like that, but you need at least a few minutes. So let me know what you think about the video. I just think that was wrong, but I just think it was the best interest of the network to where all the spotlight would be on him.